Well, what's going on, guys? Today we are going to be taking a look at making what I call these impossible puzzles. So as you can see, it's completely transparent all the way through. I've done both a transparent red one, a completely clear acrylic one, which in my opinion is impossible to complete. And I've also done one with a logo on it. So this one's not as hard, it's the same pieces, but these ones are in black, but because there's a logo on it, it makes it a little bit easier. So today I'm going to be using my aeonlaser Mira 5S Redline series to not only cut out these designs, but also we're going to engrave on top as well. Because this machine is a CO2 laser, it doesn't have any problems whatsoever with cutting or engraving acrylic, whether it be completely cleared acrylic, obviously with the black acrylic we've also done. And now this isn't limited just doing acrylic, we've actually done one in wood as well, but this has been done from 6mm MDF. This machine didn't have any problem whatsoever with cutting straight through this in one pass either, so I'm able to run a load of these off in one go. I could probably fit about 8, maybe 10 of these on one sheet, cut them all out in a few minutes. Painting obviously is optional, glued it together, and there's your product. It's literally, you can do one in a couple of minutes, guys, and your product's done, and you can make easy profit on stuff like this. But in my opinion, where this machine stands out is doing the acrylics. Yeah, you can make good profit making these wooden ones, but in my opinion, acrylic is where it is at. It looks so much better, especially with the clear acrylic and these puzzles, because like I said, they are pretty much impossible to do without having the cheat sheet. And again, it cuts these in about 2.5, maybe 3 minutes. You can fit 8 of these on a full sheet on that bed. It only takes about 2.5 minutes to cut a full puzzle out on this. That is the backing, the frame, which you can see in there. These are glued together, the 2 3mm pieces, and then the pieces that go inside that actually make the puzzle. So all that takes about 2.5 minutes to cut out, and that's your product. With the clear acrylic, obviously you don't have to do any painting or anything. That is just your product. It's the puzzle pieces and the frame itself. At this size, you can cut 4 of these out on that machine on the full bed in 10 minutes. And obviously, depending on how you market and sell your products, you can make a very nice profit with these. And that's where the aeonmira machine really does shine, because it flies through acrylic with no problem whatsoever, whether you are cutting or engraving. So not only can you cut and engrave a lot quicker with this machine compared to cheaper CO2 machines, it means your product is going to be available a lot quicker, so you can get it out your door, packed and shipped a lot quicker to your customers too. So we'll show you a couple of clips now of this machine completely flying through these acrylics. But first, I'm going to show you one of my favorite features on this machine. It's the fact that the honeycomb bed can actually be removed, and then you've got the spike bed beneath. If you've got as much experience as I do with cutting acrylics, you know, having like a flat bed, like a honeycomb bed, you can get a lot of like burn back, flashback on the back of your acrylic, which isn't too bad when you're doing certain projects. But when you're doing puzzles like this and you need the back and the front to be completely perfect, no marks on it whatsoever, you're going to want something like a spike bed like this machine provides. This machine's got 4 different beds actually built into it. You've got the honeycomb bed, you've got the spike bed. Those spikes can be converted obviously to the flat bed, or you can take those spikes out completely and then just use the frame as the bed itself. They don't really advertise that as being a feature, but in my opinion, that is a great feature to have an open bottom when you've got a full piece of material that'll just fit on a frame. That's what I do on my other CO2 machine, which I much prefer it, because this machine completely flies through acrylic like a hot knife through butter. The pieces drop out with the acrylic and fall into the bottom of the bed, and obviously they can bounce and go anywhere in that bottom, and when the laser's continuing to cut, it can scorch and mark those pieces as it's cutting the other pieces out. So that's where a knife bed comes as a necessity when you're doing a project like this. Those edges on the knife bed then, not only when the piece falls, it'll knock it slightly to the side, but it can also stop when the beam's cutting other pieces out, it can stop that beam hitting those pieces which are falling into the bottom. Now let's have a look at a couple of clips of this cutting through the acrylic. So again, this is a 60-watt tube I've got on this machine, and I cut this acrylic out at 45% power at 20mm a second. So that is the fastest any of the machines I've got here in the shop will cut through acrylic. Now we know a diode laser won't cut through any clear acrylic whatsoever, or even mark it without a special paint. With this machine, again, because this is a CO2 machine, not only does it cut the acrylic without any problem, it'll also mark and engrave it without any special paints needed. we go. As you can see from a couple of clips here, this machine absolutely blitzed anything I chucked at it. All the materials it didn't have a problem with at all. So I'm going to show you a couple of the puzzles I have made now. So this is the first one I've made. This is how I usually make my puzzles out of wood. But thanks to this machine, with its adjustable autofocus and the sheer power it gives out, it didn't have any problem cutting through 6mm MDF in one pass. So like I said, this was a fun little puzzle I've made. So you've got the outside frame there, and then the back piece, they're glued together. And obviously that's just the frame they're built to hold the puzzle in. So this would be something I'd class as an easy puzzle. Something, you know, it could take somebody about an hour to do, if that, but very simple. Because it's wood, obviously you can paint it. Very easy to paint MDF. You can paint it with most like acrylics and stuff like that, no problem. I've got to try and remember how this one actually goes. That goes there. Maybe that one goes there. There we go. Took me a little while to remember, but there we go. But yeah, I just painted these with simple acrylic paints. Very cheap on Amazon, these are. But this is the only wooden one we're going to show you in this video, because we've got this amazing CO2 machine by aeonlaser. The one I've got is the Redline Mira 5S 60 watt. I'm not just restricted to cutting wood. Here's another puzzle I done with black acrylic. This one was just a test. I've never really done a puzzle like this before, so I didn't really put a back to it. With my puzzles, I tend to put a back and then a frame so you can build the puzzle inside. But yeah, like I said, this was just a test. If I just show you how this one goes. This one's, again, this one's probably easier than the wooden one. Just remembering where the bits go. Here we go. With this puzzle, I built this completely from scratch in Inkscape. Everything was done by myself, all the shapes, all the design and everything. I will upload a video in a couple of days of how to design these types of puzzles, and the next type of puzzle we go into as well, that was designed by myself from scratch. This puzzle, with the actual puzzle pieces, I used a website just to automatically generate this. Again, I'll put the link down in the description if you want to check that out. You can do square puzzles, round ones, hexagons. It does quite a lot for you, and it just automatically generates it. You just put a couple of settings in. I wasn't a fan of the black one, mind, because you can't really, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can't really see the puzzle pieces there. But like I said, that was just a test, just because I got the machine, I got plenty of black acrylic. I thought, yeah, I'll give it a try. It's just 3mm black acrylic, and this machine absolutely flew through it. Now, these next puzzles, these are two of the same puzzles, which you would have seen a clip at the beginning of me cutting out. Two of the same puzzle, but it's cut out of two different color acrylics. Again, just because I got the CO2 machine and I'm able to do it. Dump all the pieces here. Now, these are what I call impossible puzzles. Very simple to make, very easy to cut out on this type of machine, but putting them together without the actual cheat sheet is near impossible. I've tried, and yeah, I failed. So again, I've got the back plate, and then I've got the frame, so I'll glue them together. I'll do the same with the red one, and then inside these little puzzle pieces, it was designed so these fit exactly in it. And again, I will upload a video in the next few days showing you how I actually designed these puzzles. Right, so I've got my laptop here with the actual cheat sheet printed on it. So I'm just going to show you how they look when it's complete. The thing is, it'll still take a while to do because I've got to find the individual pieces. I might mix and match the colours actually. It goes. It goes there. Let's chuck that one in there. So the best thing about cutting these as well out of like a transparent acrylic is if you sell these or give these to somebody to do, this piece, say for example, this piece you try putting in, it can go that way, that way, that way, or that way. But also if you flip it over, because it's transparent, it can go either of those ways as well. So that's what makes these quite impossible to actually do. They're nearly impossible. They can be done, but I think it would take you probably a couple of days to figure it out. And then, look at it there. It's not easy. Down there. And it's tricky to put here. But again, guys, with these puzzles, they're so easy to make. You can do so many different variations of this actual puzzle. Your possibilities are literally endless. So that one's complete, but that's me just joining the two different puzzles together. Obviously, you can do one completely clear and then one red. I'll do the completely clear one now. And that is it, completely clear, guys. That probably took me about 20 minutes to do, even with the cheat sheet. So another reason why this laser does so well at doing things like this. So obviously not only can you do, solid colors and cleared colors, and also completely transparent cleared acrylic, you can also do a bit of both. So it's the exact same puzzle, but with it, I've cut it out in black and I've actually engraved my logo on it. So still really hard to do, mind. I still have to use the cheat sheet to put that together, but it's not as hard as obviously with nothing on it. So this one is what I would call impossible. This one is just really hard. But again, that's where this machine excels, because I was able to use the autofocus to set the exact right height to cut and engrave this without any problems whatsoever. And again, another great feature with this machine is not only was I able to use the built-in camera with the machine and Lightburn to see exactly what I was going to engrave the image and cut the puzzle pieces out, but I was also able to adjust the airflow manually on the side of the machine with a knob, so I can turn it down for engraving and then turn it up when I need to for cutting the machine up without having to faff with any settings inside Lightburn. I was just able to do it a quick twist of a knob. Took literally less than a second to do, and I've got a perfect cut and engrave on that because of that. Right, so there we go, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this video on using the aeonlaser Mira 5S Redline series of making these puzzle pieces. Now, yeah, I know any CO2 machine can do this, but this one has got a lot of features I do much prefer to make these. Again, using that knife bed not to mark any of the pieces as they fall down, and the adjustable knob for the air assist is an absolute game changer in my opinion. And not only that, the autofocus as well comes in handy so much. So many times I've put a piece on there without adjusting the bed height and remembered, yep, I'll press that button and it'll just autofocus for me straight away. So yeah, guys, another massive shout out to aeonlaser for sending this machine to me. I'm having so much fun with it and I'm proper getting into all the features and it slowly. There's so many different things I haven't actually touched upon yet, but that is because there's so many features built in this machine. But in the next video, we're going to be doing something different again, something a bit more exciting, hopefully, and yeah, dive into a few more features again. So yeah, massive shout out to you guys, aeonlaser, thank you very much. And if you have enjoyed this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. I'll pop some links down in the description, guys, if you want access to the files. Again, some of the materials I've used, I'll pop some affiliate links down below. So an affiliate link is basically, I'll get a small commission if you purchase using that link. It doesn't cost you anything extra whatsoever. It's just because I provided that link for you to buy. Also, guys, if you do enjoy laser and design videos, definitely give this video a like. Subscribe if you're not already and drop a comment down below whether you just wanted to say hi or how much you enjoyed the video or anything I could have done different, and that will let YouTube know that you do enjoy watching laser videos and design videos, not just mine but everybody else's, and it'll suggest a lot more videos for you might want to watch, and hopefully it'll link you to a lot of my other videos or a lot of other creators are doing something similar to I am, and hopefully you can check them out and they're doing something different to maybe what I'm doing. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching the video and we'll see you in the next one. Ta-da.